Alright, everybody, now let's get to the explanations for the correct answers. Number one, why are you looking at the clock? Why is looking the correct answer? See, guys, when you deliberately turn your eyes towards a particular object in order to notice something or observe something, it is called looking. The action is called looking. So you look at a person. Whenever you look at a person, you deliberately turn your eyes towards that person. You look at an object, you look at the watch, you look at somebody's dress. Now, why not watching? Watching is used with actions that have motions in it, all right, that are in motion, like a performance, like an act. You watch a movie, you watch a performance, you watch an act. That is why watching cannot be used. Why not seeing? Seeing is perceiving. You're not perceiving something, you're looking at something, right? You're deliberately doing that. That is why looking is the right answer. Number two, would you mind sitting there? See, would you mind is one of the expressions that are followed by a gerund. Would you mind sitting there? Would you mind taking a picture of us? Would you mind coming here? Would you mind holding my bottle? All right. So that is why sitting is the right answer. We cannot use an infinitive. We can't say, would you mind to sit there? We cannot say, would you mind in sit there? That is absolutely not possible. Number three, Shruti slapped me in the face. Now, a lot of you must be thinking, why in the face? Sir, you are wrong here. Now, in the face is the correct answer. See, whenever you perform an action, there's a movement, right? And you perform that action on a body part. The action uses the preposition in, not on. So you slap somebody in the face, in the head, you punch somebody in the nose, in the face, in the head, in the temple, in the stomach, in the back, you kick somebody in the legs, in the stomach, in the tummy, in the chest, in the head. All right. Now, when you're talking about the placement or the position or something in terms of a body part, you're going to use the preposition on. There is something on your face. There is a fly on your nose. Now, you're not performing an action, there is no movement. You're just talking about the position or location of an object in terms of your body part. All right. Number four, I have known her for 10 years and she has been very helpful. Now, why has been? Right. Now, this sentence is a combination of two clauses. The first clause is in present perfect tense, which tells us that we have known somebody for a period of time. So, this action has been going on for a period of time. Now, this is not a dynamic action. Knowing somebody is not a dynamic action, it's a stative action, and that is why we have not used present perfect continuous tense. But it tells us that we have been in the state of being for the last 10 years. So the second sentence will also refer to the same state. I have known her for 10 years and she has been very helpful, right? All these years, she has been like this for me, all right? She has been very helpful. We can't say is being because we're not talking about what's going on right now. We're talking about what has been the case for the last 10 years. So we can't say is being, we can't even say is very helpful because we are not concerned about the current state of the person. We are concerned about how the person has been for the last 10 years. And that is why has been is the right answer. Next, we would go to John's and play chess back in the day. Now, before I explain why would is the correct answer, let's understand a couple of things. John's here means John's place, John's house. All right. And back in the day is our hint. That is going to lead us to our correct answer. All right. So back in the day is a phrase that is a past time marker. It's referring to the past. Now, can we use have to in a sentence that's referring to the past time? No, we cannot. I can't say I have to go there yesterday. I have to meet him last night. No, we can't say that. I'll say I had to. All right. So have to is eliminated. It cannot be used. Now, would. One of the usages of would is to talk about actions that would take place over and over again in the past, right? So we can use would in place of used to. I used to go there, I would go there. I used to play here with my friends, I would play here with my friends. All right, now Can we use should? Again, no. We can't use should in a sentence that's referring to the past. Again, can we use might? Yes, we can. We can use might in a sentence that's referring to the past, but here it does not fit. All right. So we'll not say might. What is the correct answer? Next, the sky looks dark. It may rain today. Now, why may? Guys, if you're referring to the possibility of an action or an event, you can either use may or might. Now, the possibility of the action using may is higher, it is more likely to happen, and the possibility of the event using might is slightly less. It is less likely to happen. It can happen, but it's less likely to take place. So the first sentence indicates that it's going to happen, right? The sky looks dark. So it's a positive indication. So we are positive, and when we are positive about something, we use may. The sky looks dark. It may rain today. All right, next. He and I are going shopping. Number one, he and me, that is incorrect. Why? Because me is an objective pronoun and an objective pronoun cannot be used in place of the subject, right? The same thing happens with the option two, me and him. Here, both the pronouns are in objective cases, right? But in the third option, both the pronouns are in the subjective case, and that is why option C is correct. Option D is also incorrect because me is an objective pronoun. It has to be a subjective case. Next, either of you is going to be at the party. Why is going? See, whenever you have this expression either of followed by a plural pronoun, either of you, either of them, it's always going to be followed by a singular verb because this expression is considered singular, right? Either of you, either of them, neither of you, neither of them. All these expressions take a singular verb because these expressions are considered singular. And that is why we're using is. Either of you is going to be at the party. All right, next. Either your friends or I am right here. Whenever you have this correlative conjunction, either somebody or somebody functioning as the subject, the verb is going to follow what comes after or, right? It's going to follow what comes after the conjunction or, not what comes after the conjunction either. So here, after either, we have a plural subject, which is your friends. Either your friends. You're not going to follow this part, all right? This is not your subject. Your subject is what comes after or, which is I. So either your friends or I am right here. Now, if you reverse the order, we're going to use are. Either I or your friends are right here. Now the subject is plural because what comes after or is a plural noun, which is your friends. All right. Next, neither my parents nor my teacher wants me to pursue engineering. Now, why wants? Same thing, guys, same as the previous example. Whenever this correlative conjunction, neither somebody nor somebody, neither X nor Y, functions as the subject of a sentence, the verb follows what comes after nor, not neither. All right. So here, what comes after nor is a singular subject, my teacher. So we're going to use a singular verb. Neither my parents nor my teacher wants me to pursue engineering, right? We can't say want. Is wanting? Incorrect, because want is not used in continuous forms. It's a stative verb, and we don't use stative verbs in continuous forms. All right. Next, dash is not my concern. What you'll do there alone is not my concern. Now, it is very clear that dash is the subject here. And the subject of a sentence can be a noun, can be a pronoun, can be a noun phrase, or a noun clause. Here it's a noun clause. And we know that a noun clause starts with a conjunction. All right. Now, even if it looks like a question, it's not a question. It's an embedded question that looks like a question but is not a question. All right. So here, what is a conjunction? Subordinating conjunction. You is the subject, will is the helping verb, auxiliary verb, do is the main verb. It is a dependent clause, a noun clause, right? We can't say what will you do there alone because now it's a question. It's not a dependent clause. It's a question. It's a complete question, right? Will you do there alone? Does not make any sense, right? So that is why option A is the correct answer. Next, I don't know dash. I don't know how he got here. So with the given information, we understand it's a negative sentence. It is a negative sentence. And we all know a negative sentence does not end with a question mark. But option A and option C are ending with a question mark. So with this piece of information, we understand option A and option C cannot be the right answer. And they both get eliminated. Now, we're left with option B and option D. I don't know something. I don't know something. So that something is the object of the verb know. An object, we all know, can be a noun or a pronoun or a noun phrase or a noun clause, but it cannot be a question, right? It has to be a clause, a dependent clause, not a question. So option D is a question, to be honest. How did he get here? It's a structure of a question. That is not possible. A noun cannot have a question structure. It can be an embedded question. An embedded question is not a question. It looks like a question because it starts with a question word, but it does not have the structure that a question has, right? The subject comes before the verb. And that is not the case with a question, all right? And that is why option B is the correct answer. I don't know how he got here. I don't know why he did that. I don't know what you're eating. Next, he goes to a temple on Sunday mornings. Why on Sunday mornings? Why not in or no prepositions? See, guys, if you do not have the day before a part of the day, which is morning, evening, afternoon, you're going to use in the morning, in the afternoon, uh, in the evening. But if you have a name of a day before that particular time of the day, you're going to use on Sunday morning, on Saturday evenings. All right, this is a rule. You have to understand this. You have to note it down. Next, he had left before I reached there. Now, why not left or why not has left? See, we can't say has left because it's present perfect tense and before is referring to a particular time in the past. So we don't use a past time marker in present perfect tense, and that is why option B cannot be used. It is eliminated. Now, why not left? We use simple past tense when we're talking about what happened at a certain time, not before a certain time. Now, if you want to talk about something that happened before a certain time in the past, the right tense is past perfect tense. We use past perfect tense to talk about what happened before a certain time, right? Before is the key here. If you want to focus on what happened in the past before a certain time in the past, you're going to use past perfect tense. If you just want to talk about what happened at a certain time in the past, you're going to use simple past tense. So before is the key word here. He had left before I reached there. And this clause refers to a particular time. It might be 8:30. Before 8:30, something had already happened. He had left before I reached there. Last, I wish I had parents like you do. Why had? See, guys, whenever your sentence starts with I wish or we wish, all right, followed by another clause, the verb of the clause is going to be in the subjunctive form, right? Because this is a hypothetical case. And whenever we talk about something that is unreal, something that is hypothetical, we use the subjunctive, the verb in the subjunctive form. So we'll say, I wish I had parents like you. I wish I were a bird. I wish I had a lot of money. I wish I were your friend. Something like that. So hope you enjoyed this lesson. Hope you got all the answers correctly. If you didn't, I gave you the explanations. And now I hope that you've understood the explanations and you will not make the same mistakes. If you enjoyed the lesson, give it a like. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you press the notification button so that every single time I come up with a lesson, you get notified, and do share the video with others so that they can also try this and learn something out of it. And I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, keep learning, have fun. I'm on Notescast.